Since we've got the imminent release of Accelerator 4, we go right into something. So let's have a look at how that track's put together. So we're going to look at the layering of kick sounds at first. I've opened up my Cubase project and it's appropriately titled Highways of Doom. So starting with the kick sound. And there's not much there. It is just basically a single offbeat kick. The two together. So pausing there for a moment, you can see that we've got the knocking of that particular sound happening. At the same time, we have the other kick sound happening. So we have one that's got a stronger pronouncement to it. So let's layer the snares in to see how they fit in. And you can see that the purpose of this really, and you can see even by looking at the track itself, is how does the track actually fill out? How does the sort of sound range, ultimately fill out the track? So let's have a listen to the mic sounds itself. We'll drop in some hi-hats in here. And you can see that there are actually three hi-hat sounds itself. There's a open hat sound. There's a bit of a three-layer pattern, 3 to 2, 3 to 2. And again, very, very small elements. We always do that. Dropping in the bass there, you can see where the bass follows a little bit of what the hi-hat pattern is doing and then emphasizes the kick sound. Okay, so moving down that track, with that enough, you're going to think that the track is fairly dry, fairly rudimentary, and for lack of a better expression, the beats sound kind of cheesy. And they're supposed to. They're more percussive and they're more accent related than anything. We have separate programmed beats that we've already created in Acid and Ableton that we've re-imported back into the track and lined them up. So let's isolate those beats for a moment and have a listen to them. Okay, great. So let's add a few more elements in. Let's have a listen to some of those guitars. So we're first going to start with the 16th note pattern. A little flangey, it's got a little bit of a run, and of course it's a live element. It's not right on the beat, it's not right slamming together, but that layered together with the secondary sound nothing other than a rhythm, but the two rhythms together. That's great. It's beginning to fill out. It's beginning to have the sound we want. Now, taking it a step further, dropping in a heavy synth with it. Yeah, it's a little bit more distortion, but again, it's a slightly different distorted tone, and a synthesizer does have a different tone when it's, run through a bunch of guitar effects, but it does add a significant layer in a particular frequency range that creates a lot of depth. Combining that with our last set of guitar rhythms, now if you look at this rhythm down here, and we go in very, very tight, going really, really tight on it. See that rhythm right there that I'm sort of running my mouse over? You can see that it's a very short part. It's a half a bar. And this half a bar part fit perfectly with the track looped the way that it was. Don't be afraid to sort of find those elements together. and layer it all together, it's not going to sound looped because everything together is going to fill out each other because it's going to create that overall depth and feel of layer that we want. So well, I hope you really enjoyed that. It's a little bit of a window and an insight. And in another tutorial, we're going to get into some of the effects and some of the way that we process the sounds to get them really, really tight. But I hope that gives you a little bit of insight, and go off and be creative with your tracks and have a great time. And this is Sigmund Droid from Bunker 8, and talk to you soon.